Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your board. Out here in the lab, it's a little chilly, but I'm gonna do what I do for you. You know how I do it. Today, writers in 25 Rules to Live By, storytelling, story with a message and a story for life. This is a real life message. Hope you enjoy it. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of obtaining spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. It's important. That's the mission. That's my mission, to do those things for you. Now you can do something for yourself. Know thyself. Which one of these persons are you? And if it's not the last one, you got some work to do. Let's go. I'm just delivering the message to you. I'm giving you the heads up. Let's do it. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not but knows that they know not is my kind of people. Simple. Tune in. I can teach you. That's what I do. What I do for you. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know dangers, avoid them. I do. A person who knows but know not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them spiritually. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I have knowledge of self that will wake you up to yourself. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my app be true. Always gotta pay respect to my girl because without her it'd be total chaos. So yeah, respect. Order. Okay. Today, I had a good experience. So the title of this one is Right Thinkers, let's talk about church. Church. Yeah, church. Yeah. Good experience today. So I figured I'd share that one with you just to let you know and keep understanding. This is what you're supposed to get when you go to church. Some of us just go because, nah, I don't do that. Trust me. If it ain't getting nothing, I ain't doing it. Let's go. I tell you, I'm a spiritualist. It's all the spirituality with me. But I fellowship with Christians every week and have been for the last 7 years. Okay, my biblical acumen way up for that reason. So trust me, I know the Bible. I know biblical concepts. Well, I have a church family, and the phrase is we pray together, we stay together. On Sundays we gather, and on Wednesdays we do it again. Keep the strength, keep the bond going. And it's been working for us. We're pretty strong in that aspect, but that's what I do. I tell you, I don't do religion. No, I still don't. Because what I do, I don't consider religion. I'm fellowshipping with like minded people. They call themselves Christians. I call myself a spiritualist. When I go into the house, I'm a Christian. When in Rome, do what the Romans. When I'm doing my thing, it's all about right thinking. No problem. I go to church, right? Excuse me. I tell you I don't do religion. Let me tell you the reason why. Most of all, for the misunderstood teachings of the spiritual concept that they call a belief system. Let that one stay there. But if you are religious and you're going to try to combat me with what you got, don't waste your time. Well, I won't because I won't engage at this point. I have no need for that. I go to church now to grow biblically, to obtain biblical knowledge. Okay? Yeah. Oh, because spiritually, I'm full grown. I'm a spiritualist, trust me. But I don't claim to be proficient in biblical knowledge. So I go and I get my lessons. That's what I do. That's for me, that ain't for you. See, I'm doing something for myself also. I have love and respect for all my church family and all those who follow the religion pertaining to God. Christianity to make a difference. I got no problem with nobody, okay? I don't know what that is, but yeah. Today, church, the house of fellowship, where you go and you have a man on the pulpit and your word, but it's a whole lot of stuff that's going on in the church. I never knew that when I was growing up. I'm just, man, I went to church for all the wrong reasons. Now I understand. Right? See, now, and I read that paper they have every morning that we do as Christians, the law, like everyone else. I get it, I understand it, and I feel it because I understand what they're doing. Trust me. I don't bring right thinking philosophy to church. I'm a Christian when I walk into them church doors. Right thinking philosophy is the perfect sidekick. I call it cut. It goes with any religious concept. Why? Because if you're God based, I'm fitting in. Your concepts and views or terminology may be different, but if it's God based, we can work. Okay? I feel the spirit, aka the love, when I'm in my church. Okay? I cry because when the spirit moves me, that's what I do. So yeah, in church, that's what happens, man, because the spirit moves me and it brings me to tears. And I love to hear the testimonies from my church family. That's what's real. Okay? Giving thanks and honor to God. Everybody has something to say. And I have a lot to say. I'm doing what I'm doing here now. In church, I can't talk. It's personal. But when I do talk, I don't understand, they listen. So I keep it to a minimum. All right, here you go. Now, church is God's house for Christians who worship Him. That's fellowship, and that's what you go to church for, okay? I have a spiritual love affair with my church family every week. I love being there. I love being around them. I love the whole atmosphere that it sets. That's, to me, that's church. We are all here in church for the right reason, to worship God and listen to our pastor deliver the word that he gets from God. See, if you're God-fearing, man, you can do that. A lot of pastors and ministers aren't really God-fearing, man. They just get up there and do their thing, so it's a little different. But yeah, it's good when you got somebody who you can trust and know that they're doing the right thing. I really enjoy my church experience. What can I tell you? Okay. It's part of my life. I had to cut some things out. Things get a little tight, so I had to cut a few things out. It's an over hour ride to get to my church. Gas done went up, the situation, but I'm gonna cut out. I gotta cut other things out. I'm not cutting out my church. All right, don't worry about it. I'll be there every week like I always do. All right. Now, if you know me, you know Sunday mornings after I leave the gym, I go home. I'm getting ready for church. It's a routine I've been doing for years, and it ain't changing. So yeah, that's what I do. Okay. Okay, there you go. Now I had to cut back on some things in my activities. I miss my mountain family. I just can't afford it right now. So I had to make that decision, hardcore choice. I had to take my church family or my mountain family. No offense, my family mountain, my mountain family. I'll be back. Don't worry about it. Weather's changing. I'm coming back. Situation's getting better. I can afford it. Here you go. The next one is where we at now. Okay, here you go. Now, a church needs a God-fearing man, a pastor, in order for it to work. We got churches pretty much in every corner. But the reason why they all don't work, for that fact, a God-fearing man. Okay. If I wasn't getting anything out of my hour-long ride to get to that church and receive the word, I would not be doing it. I can go and hike in the mountains and do my little retreat, do my personal thing, and get in shape and talk to God and be out in nature. I prefer to be with my church family. It's all good. All right, now I'm a wise man. I thank God for that. But I also praise and worship Him by doing good deeds. So I give God all, 100%. I'm all God all the time. I don't play with God. I don't sometimes no, 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 100%. So yeah, I'm God all the time. That's right thinking, personally. Well, yeah, okay. I'm best friends with my pastor. Yeah, but we are both best friends with God. No arguments, no problems. We discuss, we talk every morning. We pray together. That's my dude. I gain knowledge from my books, yeah, but I get spiritual knowledge, biblical knowledge from my pastor. I don't have to read the Bible. I go to church. I come to Wednesday Bible studies and get my lessons in. No offense, know the book, read the book, but I ain't got time for that right now. Like I said, I'm cheating. I'm letting them teach me as we go, so I'm not in a hurry. So the more lessons, the better I get at understand my biblical concepts. That's it. I be so full of the Spirit when I'm in church, it brings me to tears. Okay, ah, the Spirit in my church. I get lost for words. I can't get up and speak. Spirit just. But if and when the mood hits, it allows me to speak. That's when I speak. But yeah, I'm there. Okay, in spirit. What is this? Now, last one. I appreciate you tuning in. Church, the place for spiritual growth, aka where you can obtain knee-highs if it's done right. I told my pastor I reached my state of knee-highs, my spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment through hard work, studying, learning what I needed to learn for myself, what I call spiritual knowledge, ancient Egyptian concepts. I perfected them. So when I got it where I needed it, I let him know this is how I got there. And he said, brother, you got a ministry. Hence Minister Paul. That's where I got the name from. That's where it comes from. And I ain't got a problem with what they say about Paul. Then that's, yeah, I agree. I got this quality. All right, here you go. Now, also, I am learning biblical psychomythology, and I'm using it. If you have a philosophy or concept or theology, I'll listen. I'll even put it to use. If it works, I'll come let you know. I appreciate that. I'm putting that in my pocket. Why? I can use that as a tool, as a teaching tool and a philosophy that I can use and get my point across. Why? I know it works. I'm only going to use philosophical points of using theologies that I've mastered or tried myself before I give it to anybody. Letting God fight your battles is my last one that I've been working with. But now, I'm not egoistic. That's this. I take life lessons any way I can get them. And if church is doing away, yeah, that's what I do. Cause I'm getting a lot of information from my church. I'm getting a lot of information from my pastor that I'm putting into use, that I'm putting in my pocket. Why? They're lessons that I was given, lessons that I tried, lessons I found to be true. So yeah, goes into the right thinking philosophical concept sheets. I'll use it. You'll never even know I got it from you. I dress it up, make it look totally different, but I get the point across. Here you go. I never understood church when I was ignorant of myself. I ain't going there. In my neighborhood, if the girls went to church, we went to church. So I went there chasing. I heard a story from my pastor, one of my ministers in the church, how he got his wife. He went to church and he got what he went there for. So it ain't a bad thing. All right, church is a good place to go. But what we're doing is we really getting out of the way where it's supposed to be. Where I'm at is where it's supposed to be. We got babies, we got young people, we got old people, we got the gambit. So we got a good mix of people. That's what I'm saying. Last one. Appreciate you tuning in. But watch this. This one makes church church. Now that I'm spiritually enlightened, church is very enlightening and inspiring to me. The love that they show, the love that we spend, and oh man, I love that. That's church. I got one. Do you?